Hello, wonderful scientist. Yeah, welcome to another interesting science class with Miss Andres. Are you ready for a fun learning session? Now, get your materials needed for the class, and they are your books and your pen, because today's class will be very interesting. Our focus today is the rock cycle and rocks and its uses. So, we'll be looking at the rock cycle. What is the meaning of rock cycle? The rock cycle is an ongoing process that is occurring very slowly on the Earth's surface and within its crust. Now, what this simply explains is that each type of rock is constantly changing forms and that they can change directly into one another given the right conditions. Now, watch the next video to see how rock cycle takes place. Happy viewing!
Rocks are constantly changing on Earth. Most of the rocks today on Earth are only 100 million years old. If we look at certain rocks today and go back some million years, that rock would be in a completely different form and shape. Rocks constantly change their formations and transport around the Earth through a sequence of events involving the formation, alteration, destruction, and reformation as a result of natural processes. Rocks are naturally occurring. They are a solid collection of mineral grains and chemicals. They are formed in different ways and are classified upon the quantity of minerals in them, their chemical composition, and by the ways they were formed. The mantle, crust, and surface of the Earth can be thought of as a giant recycling machine. Rocks are neither created nor destroyed, but redistributed and transformed from one rock type to another. The rock cycle involves the recognition of three main classes of rocks, which are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks are those types of rocks which are formed when magma or lava cools down. Igneous rocks can be categorized into two types. When magma cools down inside the Earth slowly, it creates intrusive igneous rocks, and the slow cooling process allows large, intrusive crystals to form. But when magma is pushed from the volcanoes during eruptions, they are described as lava, and when that lava cools down, they form extrusive igneous rocks. And because of the fast cooling process of these rocks, they contain a very small amount of crystals in them. Examples of igneous rocks include basalt and granite. These extrusive igneous rocks are then broken down into very small pieces with weathering of rocks by wind, air, water, ice, and gravity, and are transported across the planet. Once enough of these small rocks are gathered and settled together, the bottom layers of these rocks are compressed by gravity and are cemented together, and then they are converted into another kind of rock called sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rocks are formed by sediment that is deposited over time, usually as layers at the bottom of lakes and oceans. This sediment can include minerals, small pieces of plants, or other organic matter. Sedimentary rocks form layers called strata, which can often be seen in exposed cliffs. Examples of sedimentary rocks include limestone, sandstone, mudstone, chalk, and coal. Sedimentary rocks are very soft as well. When we find sedimentary rocks, we can work out what the environment was like when those rocks were formed. However, there is another kind of rock called metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rocks are changed in physical or chemical form from older rocks. all three kinds of rocks may change into metamorphic rocks. Heat and pressure inside Earth causes older rocks to change into new ones. Metamorphic rocks can be formed from other metamorphic rocks, and they can form from sedimentary and igneous rocks too. If the igneous rock basalt is exposed to sufficient heat and pressure, it can be transformed into the metamorphic rock called metabasalt. The most common type of metamorphic rock is gneiss, and it forms from granite, which is an igneous rock. Granite has mineral grains of different colors. Sedimentary rocks can transform into metamorphic rocks as well. For example, sandstone becomes quartzite, shale becomes slate, limestone becomes marble. The rock cycle does not go in just one direction. Any given rock can go through any part of the cycle any number of times.
Now, here is a picture of the rock cycle. You can see all the processes involved. Remember, the rock cycle is an ongoing process which occurs slowly. You can see specific rocks and their uses, like coal is gotten from sedimentary rock, is burned in power plants as fuel. You can see granite gotten from igneous rock, which is used as a decorative stone in homes and offices. You can see marble, which is gotten from metamorphic rock, which is frequently used for sculpting. Then we can see limestone gotten from sedimentary rock. It is used as the main ingredient in creating cement. We can see pumice, shale, gneisses, gabbro, and so on and so forth. So rocks are very, very, very important in our day-to-day life. Now, how do we use rocks? Rocks and minerals have been used throughout the ages for different purposes. So below are some of the ways that we can use rocks and minerals. We can use them in buildings and structures, for art and beauty, then to make streets and sidewalks. Street and sidewalks, they are made from asphalt, which is a mixture of sand, gravel, and refined oils. Then art and beauty, some statues, they are chiseled from large pieces of rocks. Then even buildings and structures, all these buildings, they are made from rocks and minerals. From the steel frame structure to the glass windows, they are all made of what? Of rocks and minerals. So that means rocks are very important to us. Then even tools like fork, spoon, knife, pots, pans are all made from metal. Okay, hammers, nails, screwdrivers, and so on are all made from metal, and metal is made from mineral deposits that is found in rocks. So you see, rocks are very important to us. So even rocks were used to make potteries, stools, and weapons in Stone Age. And even in the Stone Age, caves were used as places to live. Rocks and boulders were also used to sit on and to build fire pits. Stone Age were those ancient times before modernization came into place. In the Bronze Age, when people learned how to melt minerals and reshape them into desired shapes, people learned to mix melters to create alloys that were stronger, and so by so doing they were able to make some equipment. Then in the Iron Age, people learned how to make tools out of metal. Okay, so that's where you get many metals like wheelbarrow, trowel, cutlass, and so on. Then in modern times, which is today, there are a wide variety of things that can be made from rocks and minerals, from computers to cell phones and televisions, even an entire city and everything in them. They are all made from rocks. So you see that rock is very, very important to us. Now, summary of today's class. We started by looking at the meaning of rock cycle. We said the rock cycle is an ongoing process that is occurring very slowly on the Earth's surface and within its crust. Then we looked at some rocks and its uses. Then we looked at rocks and its uses for streets and sidewalks, for art and beauty, for tools, for building and structures, and so on. I believe you've learned a lot from this lesson and even from the video that you watched. So thank you for participating and watching. Don't forget to attempt your quiz and do your assignment. Bye.